Hello. How are you all? Let's talk about Ocugen, ticker OCGN. Um, this is a little cultish of a stock if I ever seen one. um, Meaning people love it or they hate it and has that cultish following of it. But I love that people have a love and passion for a stock. I hate that saying when people say don't fall in love with a stock. I say fall in love with a stock. Love it. Love it. If you're going to invest all this money into it, love it. But anyway, Ocugen is a eye biotech, deals with the eyes, eye treatments and therapies, which is novel, very good. We need that, but no one's invested in it because of that. The reason people are invested in it is because they entered into an agreement with Bharat Biotech of India for their COVID-19 vaccine, Covaxin. And under the terms of the agreement, Ocugen will have U.S. rights to the vaccine candidate and will be responsible for clinical development, regulatory approval, including EUA and commercialization for the U.S. market. Bharat Biotech will supply initial doses to be used in the U.S. Open not the U.S. Open, I'm thinking of tennis, U.S. upon Ocugen's receipt of an EUA. In addition, Bharat Biotech will support the technology transfer for manufacturing in the U.S. In consideration for the exclusive license to the U.S. market, Ocugen will share the profits from the sale of Covaxin in the U.S. with Bharat Biotech, with Ocugen retaining 45% of the profits. Now, and it's also worth noting that article was from like a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. Ocugen is also going to retain rights for all of North America, so Canada and Mexico, plus the United States now. So let's read a recent article from Tuesday. Ocugen's stock was up more than 6% in early afternoon trading Tuesday after the Malvern Biopharmaceutical Company announced the publication of positive pediatric clinical testing results for the COVID-19 vaccine it is attempting to bring to North America. Early last year, Ocugen with Bharat Biotech hold on. Anyway, this Covaxin vaccine is approved in India and about 24 other countries. And Ocugen is working to get Covaxin approved in the United States. The WHO confirmed Covaxin had been found to be 78% effective against COVID-19 of any severity, 14 or more days after the second dose. It is extremely suitable for low and middle income countries due to easy storage requirements. So they're getting closer and closer to market with this vaccine in North America. And if it does, this is obviously going to pop like crazy. So that's what people are hoping for. Let me read you an article about the FDA and how they work with other countries like India and China and all that, to give you a better understanding of if you want to invest in this company. Why has the number of FDA sanctions against companies with drug plants in India increased? One of the main reasons is that inspectors from the US and India have ramped up efforts to make sure that plants in India make the drugs exported to the US adhere to the strict manufacturing standards and regulations required by the FDA. Congress passed the FDA Safety and Innovation Act, which, among other things, requires the agency to inspect foreign facilities that make drugs sold in the U.S. as frequently as it does domestic plants. Last year, the Indian government approved adding 7 new FDA drug investigators to bring the total up to 19 U.S. staff members working in India. A spokesman for the FDA confirmed in an email that the agency is stepping up its efforts abroad, including in India. What we found is that most Indian firms understand good manufacturing practices and use them, but we've seen problems with a few companies, the representative said. That's why we've chosen to make quality one of our highest priorities this year. The agency also said that import bans affect only a fraction of the drugs made in India for the U.S. market. Are all problems confined to India? Not at all. The problems FDA investigators encounter in India are similar to those seen around the world in manufacturing. According to an FDA representative, for example, in the last year, the FDA had sent warning letters about manufacturing or packaging violations not only to companies with plants in India, but also to companies operating plants in Australia, Austria, Canada, China, Germany, Japan, Ireland, and Spain. Common issues include inadequate testing and quality checks, inconsistencies in data collection, and contaminated products. In particular, imports of drugs and medical devices from China increased by nearly fivefold from 2007 to 2013, and the FDA is scrambling to keep up. Our review of FDA imports alerts revealed that the agency sanctioned about as many Chinese factories in the last 5 years as it did those in India. Under these alerts, products can be stopped from coming into the U.S. until the importer proves that they comply with relevant laws and regulations. As in India, the FDA is working with the Chinese government and plans to increase staff from the current 8 U.S. officers to 27 to conduct timely inspections of more Chinese plants and other tasks. Should you take drugs made in the U.S. only? It's unrealistic in this age of globalization. About 40% of the medications Americans use every day are made outside of the U.S. And 2 of the world's leading drug exporters are India and China, each with about 500 drug manufacturing plants registered with the FDA. Plus, when you consider that about 80% of all raw drug ingredients used to make medications we take in the U.S. come from other countries, it is very difficult to know where all the components of a medication come from, regardless of where it was manufactured. These days, it can be very hard to track where your drugs come from, said Barbara Young, PharmD editor of Consumer Medication Information for the American Society of Health System Pharmacists. There's not even always a straight line from the manufacturer. So, the FDA, we all know, is strict. Sorry, it got dark in here. The FDA is the strictest to get approval, in America, of all the countries, even though Covaxin is approved in numerous other countries. And the good news is it seems like it's like, oh, India, do we really want this vaccine from India? But when you do your research, like I just read to you, we get almost half of our drugs from India or China. So it's not too hard to believe that this could get approved. So it's trading at like $2.47, I believe, right now. And I hope good things for everybody invested in Ocugen. And I don't know if I'm going to, I might just stay out of it for now, but I'm happy with where I'm at. But I wish you all the best of luck, and I want to give you the information all about the Covaxin vaccine. So let's hope it gets approved. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.